Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Will and Wise, the Dog Show Drive.
Canadian edition.
I'm Will Alexander.
And I'm Y.
Just because. This week on the drive, we're going to talk about the Tailgate Kennel Club SuperMatch, which was a huge success. Yep. We have a huge announcement for the CKC, so stay tuned for that. And I'm sure a lot of you already know, but we're going to get more involved with that because I'm going to talk to John Atkinson as well. He has a few other things he talks about, but then we're going to hit him with the new news.
Mm-hmm.
And now rules are starting to manipulate our fancy. We're going to get into that. And lastly, a really important question of the week that I want you all to take very seriously. All that
and more
on this week's edition of Will and Wise, the Dog Show Drive.
Canadian edition. It's going well, Will. How are you?
Good. It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
How was your weekend?
Uneventful. I mowed the lawn.
Oh, good.
Yep, I mowed the lawn, turned my shoes green. I hate when that happens.
That happens a lot.
Yeah. Darren, he replanted a big section of our lawn, and it grew in quite well. But he was very meticulous about it. Poor dogs haven't been able to run fully in the backyard yet. And I watched some television, some sports, as I always do. I watched The Gilded Age.
The Gilded Age. I've never watched that.
It's written by the same guy who did Downton Abbey.
Okay.
Julian Fellows. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I'm up to date now on season 3. I had watched the previous seasons, but it was a while ago, so I rewatched it all.
I started a Netflix series last night, Untamed. I'm up to episode 3, and it looks pretty good. So
yeah. I watched that as well.
Yeah, so I really like the same guy that did American Primeval, and I was hooked on American Primeval. So
I don't think I've watched that.
Oh, it's excellent, American Primeval. Okay. You'll love it. It's excellent. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and you know what else? I'm only telling you this, and all of us.
You're only telling me. Okay, nobody else. Everybody else, close your ears.
No one else will care, and it's only because we laugh. I watched a documentary on Jane Mansfield.
Oh, that's supposed to be good, by Mariska Hargitay. And Mariska Hargitay to you.
Yes, I watched that, and it is very good. It's very good. Tons I did not know at all.
No, I want to watch that because that was great reviews. So.
Yeah, you will enjoy it. You will.
My Mom Jane or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
My Mom Jane. Yeah. So, very interesting. Very interesting story.
Good.
Some plot twists. Anyway. Yeah. So.
You gonna ask me what I did this weekend?
Sure. What'd you do?
Same thing I do every day. Plan to take over the world. No, I was busy. I judged. I flew to.
Oh, that's right. You went away.
Yeah,
you went away.
It's not all about you when you're watching TV, you know.
Well, I forgot. You know why I got to watch so much TV? Because you weren't texting or contacting me about stuff that I'm supposed to be doing that I'm not
supposed to be doing for the betterment of our drive
empire.
I flew to. I had a whirlwind weekend. I flew Thursday to Fredericton. Mm-hmm. And I judged Friday morning at the Miramichi Kennel Club. Thank you, Walter and Patrick, because they're great hosts. And I had some really nice dogs. And I had fun there. And the weather was good. And then I jumped on a plane that afternoon and flew home. And then Saturday morning, Linda Torrance and I drove all the way to Carmel, New York, which is almost New York City.
Oh, so what's that, 8 hours?
About 7.5 hours, yeah.
Okay.
So we drove all the way there just in time to make the judges' dinner because I was judging the Hudson River Valley Hound Association on the Sunday.
Okay.
We got there, and that was Dr. Stephen Sippery, he's the one that invited me, and
Okay.
I got to meet Dr. Steven, and I got to meet. Well, I've already met Don. I knew Dominic before, but Dominic was there, so it was great to see Dominic. And it was a great event. I had a lot of fun there. Some wonderful dogs, wonderful exhibitors. It was fun doing a hound, especially. I really enjoyed myself.
So. How many were entered? Do you know? Remember?
I think totally there was about 120 odd hounds entered.
Okay.
But there was 2 specialties. One of them, like they ran all day, but there's one in the morning, and then they did a group, and then another one in the afternoon. They did a group. I did the second group. I did the 25th anniversary group. So.
That's quite nice. Yeah. That's you. You're the anniversary guy. Good.
Yeah. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Happy. All right, we better move on.
You blame me for us going overtime. Meanwhile,
sorry. All right.
Meanwhile,
carry on.
We'll carry on.
We're gonna wayward summer.
Yes. So we've got. I got some. This just in.
You got some news.
I got some news from my neighbors out west. No, I received some news, which I was told to get, about the big SuperMatch that they had out in Alberta that our good friend Colin Brownlee judged.
Yeah, the Tailgate Kennel Club SuperMatch.
Yes, so I've got
And I watched Best in Show. I watched Best in Show while I was in New York on my phone.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I think I did watch it. I did watch some of it, but not live. But I did catch some of it. But Shannon Shear, she put together a synopsis for us.
Okay.
So let me go through this.
Sit back and relax and enjoy the mellow tunes of the synopsis by Shannon Shear.
So the Tailgate Kennel Club hosted their first annual SuperMatch 25 this past weekend. Members of the club are Nancy Anstruther, Bob Findlay, Tracy and John Perry, Fred and Shannon Shear, Elise Furnetz, Alana Smith, Lori and Brian Lancaster, Sean Nichols, and Tanya Polilik. None of the members showed...
Big membership.
I know, that's more than my club.
Yeah, ours has like 5.
Yeah. None of the members showed in the competitive classes, as a note. So the venue was at Wet Noses in Clarsland, Alberta, owned and operated by Brian and Lori Lancaster. We definitely had wet noses during Thursday night's parking, as Brian had to tow the Shears Q-Bird and trailer not once but twice as it sunk up to its axles. So they had a bit of rain. Always game for adventure, Fred and Shannon decided to be the first ones to try the beautiful grass area to park, not realizing it was a hidden swamp. General consensus from the members was maybe we should park in the gravel lot. So it was judged, as we said, by Colin Brownlee of Ontario. The show secretary was TKO Services, which is Terry Olson, and dogshow.ca. And their ring steward was our very good friend, Judge Terry Carter.
So, and friend of the show, Terry Carter. I love Terry Carter.
Yes, she's.
Miss seeing her.
So. Yes, Terry's great. The entry turnout was fantastic with 101 entries. So that is excellent. That's included,
nice for a SuperMatch, yeah.
Yeah, this included 14 baby puppies and 11 veterans competing. We would like to thank the Doberman Gang for their incredible entry of 12, which included a beautiful lineup of 8 specials.
Wow. Well, Colin would have loved that.
Yeah. Lots of surprises throughout the day when the working group came in and everyone was offered a mimosa shot before being judged by the Tallywood Tavern. Our concession hosted a pancake. Yeah.
We don't condone that, but it's fun.
It is fun. It was just a match. It's not sanctioned because they can't get recognition from CKC. Anyway, Our concession hosted a pancake breakfast as well as lunch, a lunch hour smoky combo meal brought to you by the Winter Dance Cafe. An added class for hounds was Stud Dog and Get when Shannon and Alana came in with their 2 puppies out of 30-year-old semen. Shannon showed the sire, which consisted she sent me a picture. We'll post them on Facebook. There's some good pictures. So Shannon showed the sires, the sire, which consisted of a
sire.
Yes, which consisted of a huge syringe, which was filled with actually Bailey's.
The Lord.
And the dog's registered name, AKC number, and date collected tape to it. We thought Colin was going to die laughing. Colin would have enjoyed that.
Yes.
So the best in show went to Otterhound, Grand Champion, Bronze. Avatar is all about that TJ Jazz, breeder owner handled by Bev Barron. Reserve Best in Show was Tibetan Terrier Grand Champion, a Domino's Tojo Cinderella Story, owner handled by Rhonda Bailey. Best Puppy in Show was Shetland Sheepdog, Shadland Silhouette, owner Joyce Woldridge, handled by 8-year-old Junior Simon. Best Baby was Australian Shepherd, Big RK Aussies, Aurora Borealis, breeder owner handled by Monique Dubé. Best Veteran was a Siberian Husky, Grand Champion Cristari's Jet at Aurora Balto with Rincona, owner handled by Dawn Ouimet.
Colin talked about that dog to me. Yeah.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, the veteran dog, what a nice shape he was and how well he showed. And
yeah, Cristari's have produced a lot of nice dogs. We wish to thank
Colin's shown them all.
Probably. We wish to thank all our sponsors who helped us with awarding $1,500 in prize monies for the matches. So that's fantastic.
That's excellent.
So then after the match, the Tailgate membership went into the ring with their exhibits as another surprise feature for Colin. During COVID, us friends got together and hosted our own little dog show with 6 groups represented. This gave us the idea to call ourselves the Tailgate Kennel Club for fun. For 2 years, we held our little show at the Shears acreage. Our dogs were young then, but the training they got during COVID led each of us having a CKC top-ranked dog when we campaigned as the shows opened up. We thought it would be fun for Colin to judge us and our dogs as a group. Some new dogs and many retired dogs were at our lead's end. The overall winner was 13-year-old veteran toy poodle Blah Blah, owned by Bob and Nancy. Blah was our official groundskeeper during COVID, and her main job was to go into the ring afterwards and clean up all the bait. She continued this routine during SuperMatch. Blah Blah is always shown with her annual top knot made out of collie, Samoyed, and golden hair, courtesy of Alana's Grooming. Runner-up was the 11-year-old veteran Golden Chick, and she is owned by, where am I going here? Owned by, Fred and Shannon. I knew she was owned by Fred and Shannon. Anyway, Chick kicked her son Hefner's butt under Colin. On Friday, Elise and Shannon did a handling workshop with them in the morning and afternoon class for about 30 people. This was a great success, and luckily the weather held out for the most part. Our evenings consisted of us jumping out of bed, tearing down tents due to the monsoon weather and the high winds. However, nothing was going to dampen our spirits on holding this event. Lori Lancaster is a certified CKC trick dog judge, and for those who stayed on Friday, we entered many were thrilled with their passing marks for novice trick dog, as well as those working on the master's levels. Unfortunately, due to the weather, our dock diving competition and pool games were canceled. Chuck-a-Duck was postponed until the rainy, miserable Sunday morning. Thank you to all who purchased ducks. We put them out under trees and worked it as a blind for Lori's Golden Salt. For those that saw the video, we're going to try and track down that video too. Salt came out in her pajamas and a raincoat, sat at attention, and waited for Lori to send her. She raced out to the blind, and we laughed as she looked so confused. She's used to retrieving real ducks, not yellow squeaky ones. Finally, after a careful deliberation on her selection, she came back with the winning duck, and our 50-50 winner was Sue Larney.
That was a good idea. That's a great idea.
To have a golden retriever that actually knew what they're doing.
That's a great idea. Right? I like that.
Our summer fun raffle was won by Marie McNeil, who happily collected her utility wagon, easy up tent, ringside umbrella, canine sleeping bag, tailgate 12-pack of assorted craft beer, wine, dog treats, and toys. And then she says, this is going to be a long one. To carry on, let's see. We would like to thank, and I had to do this part because they wanted to make sure they thanked everyone. Like to thank in no particular order Lori and Brian Lancaster of Wet Noses. They graciously allowed us to use their beautiful facility, and Lori spent a large part of her days doing trick dog evaluations, and organizing pool times. You can go to Wet Noses, enjoy the off-leash park, and take your dog for a swim. So just do it if you're in that area. Colin flew out here just to judge our match. We asked him to use his time to also teach the exhibitors, and he did it with a smile, humor, and exceptional expertise. He enjoyed it so much, he has volunteered to come back next year to ring steward. Terry Carter was at the original SuperMatch, so we thought it only fitting to have her back to ring steward. She, too, kept a smile through the cold, the wind, and then the heat, and then we so appreciated her being there. Terry Olson was our superb show secretary. He's the best thing and kept things running smoothly. Catherine Harris of Greyhound Photography, we have to apologize for burning you to a crisp. Who knew she'd get windburned and sunburned on the same day? Thank you for being our photographer. Go to her Facebook page and buy her pretty pictures. Diane Waldron set up a booth to do Reiki healing on dogs and humans, and that was a great addition to our show that we really appreciated. We are lucky to have CPHA members who are also Tailgate Kennel Club members. Thank you to Elise Frenetz and Shannon Shear for taking a full day running a fantastic handling seminar. Thank you to our friends who just came over and said, what can we do to help? Lisa Bjornsrud, Janice Weeb, William and Robin McGonigal, Annalise Freeman, Darlene Weil-Kalk, Tarina See, I tried to say this name before and I knew I'd fall over it. Tarina Makaborski. You guys rock at selling tickets and doing anything we asked, and we asked a lot. Lastly, and most importantly, we would like to thank you, the exhibitors. Without your support, SuperMatch couldn't have been done. We love seeing your puppies, your veterans, your specials, and all your smiles. And lastly, thank you to all the positive feedback we received. We believe that dog shows can be wonderful, fun, learning environments where people laugh and the dogs are happy. Cheers to you all.
Excellent. Yeah, it sounds like it was a great success. And I told you I watched Best in Show.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you, I sure hope Colin goes for his judging license because he goes over dogs so well, quickly, efficiently, touching all the main areas, and just the way he carried himself out there. He looked like a judge out there. I hope he carries on. So
yeah. And our
hats
friend,
off to Tailgate Kennel Club.
Yeah. And our friend Darlene, the Lord. She was there. She really wanted me to come out there, and I wish I would have had that. I would have had the time. I know I didn't. I was at home this weekend, but it's only because of what else I've got on my schedule that I couldn't take the time to. Because if I go out there, I'm not just going for a few days. If I go to Calgary, I'm going for a week, right?
No, I get it.
It's like it's home. It's like it's my second home, basically. So
we had some big news from the CKC this week. The board of directors of the Canadian Kennel Club are pleased to announce the appointment of Natalie Tarini as our new executive director effective August 18th, 2025. So it's no longer a secret because they kept it so hush-hush for a while.
Yeah.
Natalie is a bilingual leader who brings a wealth of experience to this role, including strategic organizational leadership, advocacy, communications, and marketing, and government relations, along with a deep love and passion for the well-being of dogs. So that's nice. Natalie holds a Bachelor of Science and a postgraduate diploma in public relations, upon which she has built a strong foundation in effective communications and stakeholder engagement. For the last 5 years, Natalie has been the executive director of a national member-driven organization, which I think is important. In this role, she has worked closely with a board of 11 directors and ensures operational excellence, regulatory compliance, and alignment with the organization's strategic goals. She led development of a multi-year strategic plan and brought the vision to life through a focused operational roadmap to guide the organization's growth and impact for its thousands of members nationwide. This experience positions Natalie well to lead the Canadian Kennel Club into an exciting new chapter, including the development of a new strategic plan that will help us achieve our mission. That was just off the top of my head. So
yeah. No, that was good. I'm surprised you just thought of that like that.
Well, that's exciting.
It is exciting.
And to carry on with that, I've asked John Atkinson to come on. John Atkinson is director of
communication,
advocacy, and communication, and he had a very eventful weekend. So let's have John tell us all about it. Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back. And as promised, we have John Atkinson here from the CKC, Director of Advocacy and Communications. And John had a very eventful weekend. Hi, John. How are you?
I'm fine, Will. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's good to see you. So tell me about your weekend.
Well, the first thing I'll say is you're elusive, and
Because I was there and we didn't
well,
cross paths.
that's what you say. But were you really there, Will? Because I looked for you, and I was there, and we didn't see each other. Seriously though, I'm sorry that we missed each other. I arrived at the airport and the car was not ready, so I had to wait 2 hours for the car.
Well, I feel like I know you anyway, John. It's
okay. All right. Well, and we don't live that far away, so eventually we'll cross paths.
Exactly. At the Costco or something,
Sure, at the Costco, eating samples at the Costco.
Exactly.
Right. So I had a fantastic weekend in Cross Creek, New Brunswick. You were there on the Friday. I was there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and it was the Miramichi Kennel Club show and event. And I got to tell you, it was fantastic, just fantastic.
Good.
There were a number of things that made it a fantastic event. First of all, the people. I mean, so is the people, right?
Oh, yes.
So I felt, and I was told, even though I was wearing my CKC hat and a CKC golf shirt, I looked a bit like a UPS guy. No offense to UPS. People were really welcoming. They were really pleased to see somebody from CKC there, so that was really nice. I had just conversation after conversation, not only just getting to know people, but actually getting to hear our members' feedback. What's working, what's not, concerns, wishes. So I got it all, and that's why I was there, right? I was there to listen, to meet our members, took some photos, obviously posted some stuff on Facebook. So the people were amazing. So thank you to everybody who was there, to Patrick Mudge and the club for hosting me. The food. So there was a East Coast kitchen party on the.
Oh, did you stay for that whole thing? Oh, good, excellent.
Yeah, how could I miss it? I was singing Barracks Privateers at one of the tables. It was fantastic, and I even may have got roped into an unplanned town hall at the dinner and called up to hear everybody's feedback. And so
very good.
We did a mini town hall where people asked questions, gave feedback, shared concerns. I brought my notebook. I wrote notes, and I'll bring them back to the organization. And then just the venue is amazing. You've been there, you've seen it.
They've done a great job, Walter and Patrick. Yeah, you really have.
Fantastic. So a place where you can see confirmation, participate in confirmation. You can do dock diving, sprinter, earth dog, rally, like all within one space, and stay overnight in one area. It's just tremendous. And
they're not done yet. They're still building. It's gonna be something. They're done.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. It kind of reminded me of some of the facilities in the States, like a mini version where you have the ability to have all of these events in one place, and you could see, like I literally saw, a border terrier do earth dog in the morning on Saturday.
See, you're one up on me. I've never seen that.
There you go. And let me tell you about Earth Dog in a second, but the border terrier goes to Earth Dog, completes its test, then goes for a sprinter, and then at noon goes in for a confirmation show for a competition, and then later in the afternoon did like a tryout at the pool for dock diving. So just like, that's so cool, right?
That is great. That was a busy dog. Wow.
It was a busy dog. So there were a lot that were doing different events and trying out different events. And I think that's a lot of chatting with the exhibitors and the folks participating. It's a lot of fun when you can do multiple things at once. one event.
Yeah,
So
that's great.
And a key highlight, I just want to say that some people have aspired to the roles of ring steward and at a confirmation show. I had the opportunity to be a rat steward at Earth Dog. And let me tell you, not only was it fun, but it was just so cool. So, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. So I just said, tell me what to do. And I got to, when the dog was done, indicating and working to get to the rats, I was given the cue, open the hatch, pull out the rats, walk it over quietly so the dog, don't disturb the rats and put the rats safely outside the ring. And then either the dog gets pulled out or called back by its handler. Super cool. It was just really,
cool.
really neat to witness firsthand and to help it.
Yep. Wow. Excellent.
Yeah.
I'm glad you did that. I'm glad you had a present set of dogs. So that's great. Really happy
great.
with that.
Yeah. I mean, it's also something, Will, CKC is a nonprofit, so we don't have huge budgets. And so, I've been to some dog shows in Ontario because they're easy to drive to. But to go out east is it's a real privilege, and I was just very grateful for the opportunity to meet our members and to participate. So thanks to everybody who had me.
I think it's great, and hats off to you for doing that, for going out there and seeing all the people and answering their questions and participating. So we need that. We need to know that's happening. So
yeah, and we'll have one of my colleagues who will be going to a couple. I think the Retriever National, and we're going to a Beagle field trial in the fall. So yeah, we need to get more out there. And also it's a great opportunity to take pictures and share them with the public and with our members, showing it's like an inside view in the best kept secret. How do you get involved in our community? These are the kind of fun and exciting things that are happening.
And I think it's important that we have a CKC presence at some events that you or your staff can get to. I think it's important. So
great.
Yeah. What else do you have for us?
What else do I have for you? Well, I have a few. I can give you one highlight. You'll see later. People will see later this week. We're putting a call out for advocacy ambassadors. So.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Know that. So we do have an advocacy committee, and part of the role of the advocacy committee members is not only to help us on strategy. What are the key priorities that we feed up to the board to say, what should we be working on from a advocacy perspective, like dog importation or measures to deal with backyard breeders or puppy mills, or mass importation of dogs, which may bring disease, etc. Not purebred dogs, but other dogs. So advising us on that, helping us develop our key messages, our policy briefs, our policy statements. And the advocacy committee has been working hard. So the other role that they will have, each of them, and there's one member from each province, is to actually go out with us and meet with MPPs, ministers, people who work in the civil service. So the deputy ministers, the policy analysts that actually write the policies. So not only to raise our profile, but then to get ahead of the curve, that we have relationships with government, that we can be influencing their policy before a ban comes in or before a policy comes in, that we're well known and trusted and looked to as an advisor to government. So being our spokespeople locally for government and other stakeholders like SPCAs and humane societies who want the same thing as us. We have now humane societies promoting responsible and accountable CKC breeders, who are now saying, okay, sure, you can adopt a dog, but you can also, it's just as important to find a responsible breeder. And we need everybody singing that kind of same song from that song sheet. So it's getting out there and networking. So we'll have our advocacy committee members, and then we're going to be recruiting a handful of additional advocacy members who might have specialized knowledge or can tell, firsthand experience of what it's like to be a preservation breeder, and can tell our story and put a face to who we are when meeting with decision makers, and having a little strength in numbers. So if you have an advocacy committee member and another advocacy ambassador, and they go with a CKC member, it's a team that goes and puts a face to who CKC is and who our members are when we meet with government.
Well, excellent.
Yeah, so you'll see. Yeah, it's really having our members help us lift their voices when speaking with decision makers, and so we'll provide training and both an advocacy 101 and if they want to be spokespeople, how to do media so that we can be in the media more.
I might apply for that, John.
Well, I think that would be lovely. I think that's lovely. So please do apply.
That sounds like important.
Yeah, it is important. Our advocacy is it's one of our signposts about who we are, and it positions us well so that you look at other countries where purebred dogs, just through tradition, have been a much more prominent part of their kind of animal culture. We have a very much smaller proportion of overall dogs who are purebred or registered with CKC, and we need to make that change over time. So so these are the steps. And so if people would like to apply, you think you have relevant skills or experience that you can bring, please do apply. And we look forward to seeing your application.
That's good. I hope we get a lot of applications and good choices.
Thank you.
So now can we talk about the best kept secret that's no longer a secret?
Oh, great.
That came out yesterday. Can you tell us all about our new leader?
Yes. So I have not met her yet, but I've heard wonderful things from our board about her. Her name is Natalie Tarini, and she starts on August 18th. She has been the executive director of an industry, I believe it's a lumber industry organization. It's a member-based organization that has some similarities in structure to CKC in terms of committees and councils. So members feed up input to feed into the strategy of the organization. She's got a background that is similar to me. So brownie points in my book. She's got a background in government relations, communications and marketing, stakeholder engagement. So very good with both government, but also with members. And she's a charismatic and strategic leader. So she's got experience creating the big vision and then taking that vision and implementing it through an operational plan, which is really what an organization like ours needs. There's so much opportunity and needs to move this organization and our community forward. What is that vision? And then how do we break that down into a plan that we actually get momentum to achieve?
Well, I'm going to play devil's advocate. I'm going to ask a question that because I want nothing but the best. I hope it all works out for Natalie Tarini, and it sounds great. But I have to ask this question. Not being from purebred dog fancy, Natalie didn't come from a dog fancy background. With all the issues we have right now with registration and decline in entries at events and even vet costs and with animal rights issues as well, how is she prepared to help us, the CKC, move forward?
Well, I haven't met her. So I think, first giving her an opportunity to kind of settle in and get the lay of the land. She'll have a learning curve, right?
Of course.
Almost 2 years ago, I joined, and my aunt bred and showed German Shepherds. That doesn't mean that I knew the dog fancy, and I didn't know the dog world and community. And so it is a steep learning curve. My perspective, and then maybe Natalie can come on and talk to you on the show at some point.
That'd be great. We'd love to have her.
Put a good word in for you.
Okay, tell her how nice I am.
How nice of me. I think my perspective is that a good leader is an informed leader. And a good leader is who they surround themselves with, so that they can lead in an informed and an effective way, and a leader that listens. And we are a member-based organization. So our foundation are our members. So without our members, we cease to exist. Without our breeders, without our exhibitors, without our judges, without handlers, without all the people that participate in the dog world, we would cease to exist. And so it starts with our members. And one of the things that both the board and I read about Natalie is that she has led member-based organizations, and the members respected her and felt that she listened and that she informed the plans and the strategy of the organization with the needs, the wants of the members, and what was happening in their industry. So in our case, in our community. And then Natalie's not alone. Right. So she's got a board who's made up of 12 individuals who are members, who represent zones full of members. She's got a staff who have expertise in their various areas, but also who are about 40% or more members. We have committees and councils that, while yes, they don't represent every view of our membership, they are our members, and they do advise the board on strategy and priorities and those kinds of things. And then if I think about the efforts that we're starting to make in terms of membership engagement, we did the member survey December and January of this year, last year and this year. And our members, 3,500 of our members, gave us clear direction around what our biggest issues we're going to face in the next 3 to 5 years, and then what the solutions are. And so all of those things are on. We just spent the last special or informal board meeting reviewing all the results of the member survey. So all of the things that our members have been collectively saying about declining registrations, more events with similar kinds of participants, meaning that there's less participants or exhibitors per event. So some of the struggles around costs and event participation, aging membership, worries about losing valuable kinds of knowledge in our breeders, issues around the public not knowing who we are, what purebred dogs are, why they're important, why they should think about finding a CKC breeder. All of these things our members have been telling us, and so I have faith based on what little I know of Natalie, that she's going to be set up well to lead the organization and be informed by the foundation, which is our members, and the needs of the community. And then the hard work is developing a strategy and a plan that helps us to address these issues, and then making sure that plan actually gets implemented and we hit our milestones and achieve the things that we set out to do. So I think, we often think, like it begins and ends with the leader, and which in some ways does, but we have a structure that has been set up, a club structure that is where our members have significant voice influence. And Natalie reports to our board, who is member-based. So I think she's going to be set up well to lead us. And she seems to be, what I hear, personality, philosophy, and approach is a good and positive one that will do our members proud. So there you go. For somebody I don't know,
that was a great answer. You're good. You were very good. And I wish her all the luck, and we all wish her all the luck, because it's our club and we want it to succeed. So
yeah, absolutely. As we should. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, thank you, John. I really appreciate your time again this week. I want to keep doing this. So every once in a while I'll call you and bug you and say, come on back on so we can talk about something.
Would love to. I would love to keep coming if you'll have me. And maybe once Natalie settles in, I can give her the old nudge
to come on
and see if she could come on for a chat.
Yeah. Excellent. I'll get her a dog show drive too.
Oh, that would be cool. What about me, Will?
You want a toque? I'll get you a toque.
Oh, I feel like a toque. Yeah, listen, my kids tell me my forehead's growing. It's one of the only things about me that's growing, and so I need to cover up the bald spots as it gets cold again.
I get that. Yeah, I have a 5 head now, not a
A
4 head,
five
so I
head. That
get
is
it.
what my lovely yet precocious 16-year-old said. Hey, Dad, you have 5 head, and I said, what? She's like, well, you used to have a 4 head. Now you've got a 5 head. I'm like, nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I got
Just
to hear all those.
Put this roof over your head. Just remember. Yeah.
Exactly. All right, John. Thank you so much. Appreciate your time. It's good to see you
My
as
pleasure.
always. So, move on. Across Canada, Yvonne.
Across Canada, driven by Show Scene Magazine, where every dog takes center stage. So we have last weekend. It was not a busy weekend, really. We had Pacific Kennel Club out in Langley, BC from the 17th to the 20th. It had a total of 935 dogs in 4 shows, down a bit from last year. In 2024, it had 1,244 dogs. So, yeah, it dropped about 300 dogs over across the weekend. Cars Valley Kennel Club, also in Lombardy, Ontario, and that was also 4 shows. And it remained steady, pretty steady from last year. It had 846 dogs this year, and last year it had 884. And then finally, out where you were judging, Will, out in Miramichi Kennel Club in Cross Creek, New Brunswick, that was a total of 6 shows, and they too stayed steady. 733 dogs, and the previous year they had 741. So not bad. So that was brought to you by
steady.
Yeah, that was brought to you by Show Scene Magazine, where every dog takes center stage. So now, upcoming shows brought to you by Canuck Dogs. It's not on my sheet. Ron Burgundy. Let me see. Oh, here we go. Your source for Canadian canine event information online. You would think I would have that memorized by now.
You would think so, but no, when you're looking for it, then you draw a blank and...
Well, it's kind of, probably if you stopped me on the street and you asked me, I could tell you, but because I'm expecting it on the paper, Megan. So.
Yeah, Megan's going to get a cut and pay this week.
Cut and pay, Megan. Cut and pay. You are going to be reprimanded. So anyhow, we have in August, the start date, August 29th to the 31st in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. It's a Saskatoon Kennel and Obedience Club. Closes on August the 8th, 2025. Obviously, 3 all-breed shows, limited shows for groups 1, 3, and 7, 3 obedience trials, and 3 rally obedience trial. And then we have Skaha Kennel Club in Summerland.
Why do you do that?
I don't know.
Because it just sounds so musical when you say it.
It does. Skaha. You can't say it like that unless you said it.
I think of the band Aha, take on me and it's Skaha. Anyway, sorry, Skaha.
Yeah, sorry. Thus we digress. Starting on August the 29th, ending on September 1st, closing on August 13th, 4 all-breed shows, 4 obedience trials, and 4 rally obedience trials. And then heading eastward, we have the Halifax Kennel Club, held in Bible Hill, Nova Scotia, August 29th to August 31st, closing on August 13th. And that's 4 all-breed shows, 2 obedience trials, and 2 rally obedience trials. And then finally, in Kingsville, Ontario, the Essex County Kennel Club. And that starts on August 31st and ends on August 31st, closing on August 12th. What are you laughing at?
Starts on August 31st and ends on August 31st.
Oh, sorry. Did I say that?
Well, it is, though. It does.
No, it starts on August 30th.
Oh, you did say 31st and ends on 30th. That's why I giggled. So
yes. So anyway, it's 4 all-breed shows there, and it closes on August 12th. So that's all we've got for now.
Upcoming shows.
Well, yeah, because we don't
That was brought to you by Canuck Dogs, your source for Canadian canine event information online.
So, and a quick reminder of closings. The New Brunswick Kennel Club closes on my birthday, Monday, July 28th.
We better do something for her birthday, Megan, okay?
At 10 p.m. or whenever the limit is reached, and the show secretary is Sue Ryu. Kilbride.
And if you mention Yvonne's name, you get a 10% discount. No.
Exactly.
It's Yvonne's birthday, 10% discount. And now they're all going to call.
Yeah.
Or Sue and request a 10% discount because they know it's Yvonne's birthday.
So, can I finish this, please?
Yes, I'm sorry.
This is another one that closes on my birthday.
I know.
Kilbride and District Kennel Club closing on Monday, July 28th. And show secretary is friend of the show, MJN Show Services. Also closing. Yes, also closing that week is St. Catharines and District Kennel Club, closing on Wednesday, July 30th, MJN Show Services. Thousand Island Kennel and Obedience Club, TICO, closing on the 30th as well. The Wednesday, show secretary is Diana Edwards, Show Services. Then we have West Kootenay Kennel Club out in BC there, closing on July 30th. And that show secretary is Classic Show Services. So that's that. So this week's topic.
Yep. Brought to us by Canadian Dog Fancier, a weekly summary of purebred dog events across North America.
Yeah.
Back to you, Yvonne.
I think you should take it away, Will.
Okay. I'll read part of it. So this week, Lisa Croft Elliott posted. Lisa Croft Elliott is a very famous photographer. If you don't know her, she was actually a photographer to Queen Elizabeth. She photographed
he is from the UK.
Yeah, she's from the UK. She photographed the corgis and Queen Elizabeth's Labradors. So she.
Well, how about them apples?
Yeah, exactly. You like fruit? How about them apples?
Yes, I do like fruit.
Anyway, Lisa posted on Facebook about how we as a fancy are being targeted to change what we do in and outside the ring. This is Lisa Croft Elliott. Pay attention to just how we are being manipulated. No choke collars allowed already in many countries. Important notice on the presentation of dogs at the CACIB CAC shows in Oldenburg. Squatting, holding, and actively positioning your dogs in the rings are prohibited. So that means what they're not allowing is handlers can't go in there and set their dogs up. Yeah. They can't actually participate in presenting their dogs.
Yeah.
Dogs must be presented in a natural standing position without manual manipulation and without kneeling down. So we got to all show our dogs like cavaliers.
Well, like, I don't want to say there are some breeds that, that's like, if you look at a lot of Labradors, they're just showing Labradors are collies. Not a lot of people fidget and fuss with their collies, right?
Yeah, imagine how silly the Irish are just going to look. We stand in front of them and just stand
there. They all look like dopes.
Their hairs will be on top of their head. Their tails will be wagging crazily. They'll be crisscrossed in the front because they can't figure out how to settle down. It wouldn't work for me.
You'll only be showing veterans that have no movement.
They just stand there because they're too tired to do anything else. We've already done 10 years of this, Will. Last year, the veterinarian authorities expressed serious concerns about the way some dogs were shown in the ring. This year, they have announced that checks will be significantly increased. So therefore, the following rules apply in the ring. No squatting. So you can't live there. No, just kidding. I kill myself.
It's supposed to be a serious topic, Will. Come on.
I know. So no squatting beside your dog. Yeah. So if you have a let's say, American Cocker Spaniel, you stand there. Here's my dog. What do you think? No tight leash. So, okay.
Good luck.
Yeah, with some breeds, good luck. The two Scotties see each other. Okay, you're on your own. No lifting by the leash or tail. Okay, that's obvious.
That's not a bad one. That one. We can get behind that one.
But no forcing the dog into position. So it can choose whatever ground it wants to stand on from now on. So if it leads you to the other side of the ring, you're not allowed to force it. You just stand there with your dog.
Yep.
Please take these rules seriously. Inspections will be strict and consistent this year. We too will fully comply with these guidelines. So it started with this. This is still Lisa's post.
Yeah.
It started with ear cropping and tail docking bans in these countries and is now progressing to strict rules about how to handle and show a dog in the ring. So there. So what do you think, Yvonne?
Well, I think it's like everything. What is this world coming to?
Right.
It is
Are
like,
they offended because we stop and hold our Irish setter's head and tail up now? Well, I don't get it.
It's crazy. It's just gone. Everything has just gone to extremes, like just to the extremes.
You want to talk about the ear cropping and tail docking laws?
Yeah, because I think for us here in North America, that I think has been the one thing that we've had to now deal with a lot. Right. Megan's done a little bit of research for us so that we don't,
Megan's like our Garcia.
She
just
is.
finds everything out. Nothing's getting by Megan.
No, except some closing dates. But other than that, sorry, Megan.
We appreciate your friendship, Megan.
We do. So Megan looked up some ear cropping and tail docking laws across Canada and the US. So in Canada, cosmetic ear cropping and tail docking are banned or restricted in nearly every province now, primarily through provincial veterinary association rules and regulations. So they're banned or prohibited, both procedures.
Yeah.
So that's tail docking and ear cropping in Labrador, Newfoundland, Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Quebec, Alberta, British Columbia, Manitoba, and Saskatchewan. So Ontario is currently the only province where cosmetic ear cropping and tail docking remain legal and are performed at the direction of veterinarians.
Discretion.
Oh, discretion of direction.
And they're not directing. Okay, you just I'll just leave that alone. Never
mind. And the discretion of veterinarians. So that's been.
It's a tight. We're getting a tight web around us right now, and they're trying to do this in Ontario as well, and like. Before in COVID, I was doing a lot of transporting. And a lot of it was me taking dogs down to the States to get these procedures done.
Yep.
So
yeah,
because the Ontario vets were too busy, so they would find ones that were border states, and they would send Will off with their dogs, and I'd sit there all day long and wait for their dogs and bring them back. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. So. I don't know. Even this, like, I understand, like, okay, you and I both grew up in this sport, and how many breeders did you know they always did their own dew claws in their tails?
Yeah, always. Exactly. When I was a kid, my parents dabbled in Dobermans as well. We had Irish setters and some American Cockers, but they dabble in Dobermans. And our litter, we leaned on our breeders a lot because we were brand new to the breed. Yep. And they suggested Doc Ellen Brown. She came to our house and did ears at one point, and tails. And there was other breeders that just were so proficient at it that they did it themselves. Yeah. And they would be hired by other kennels to go and do their dogs, and you could recognize a cropping. You could recognize, that's so-and-so's cropping, that's so-and-so's docking. You could recognize their style. So, yeah.
Yes, and now it's considered a veterinary procedure, so basically it is illegal for anyone to try and do that.
Yeah, so we're not condoning it.
No, but it's the same, like, dew claws.
I know, dew claws. We just did it when they were born. We just did it.
Yep, 2 days old. Just get them done and over with.
Yep.
And the thing is like what I don't understand about this is you're not ever going to convince me that a dog needs its dew claws. You're just not.
Right. They just cause problems. They end up getting hurt and broken and bloody and damaged and injured because of their dew claws. Yeah. They get caught on fences. They get caught on things. It's just a no-win situation. So.
And groomers groomers are one of they'll tell you they hate dew claws too. You have dew claws on dogs, especially a lot of the very coated breeds. Now you have have to like remove the hair or even,
find that nail and
find that nail. And usually that dew claw nail, for whatever reason, grows 6 times faster than regular nails.
Well, because the owner forgot that they have dew claws and they never ever cut them.
Yes. So. And so now they're growing into their skin. And if you've got a dog that's extremely severely matted, when you're trying to shave down that leg, well, all of a sudden you're declawing it by accident because you don't even, where a dew claw shouldn't be, there is a dew claw. There's lots of other people that'll tell you that, if you remove the claw, you're adjusting the bone structure of the foot, blah, blah, blah. I don't buy into it.
When I was growing up, it was just common practice.
It was. And and you didn't need to go to a vet to do it either.
Right.
Unfortunately. And the thing is now that they, anything that deals with your animals is considered, a veterinary procedure. And I think we've lost the common sense of a lot of animal husbandry.
That are so deep in animal husbandry, they know how to administer these things. They know how to give their dog shots. They know how, and they know better than a lot of vets because they know their family of dogs.
Yeah.
And they're not allowed to anymore.
So remember how Sean and I dabbled in breeding cats and showing cats? I had a female cat. And I guess they call them queens. I always feel stupid calling it a queen, but she got PIO on me. So anytime you take either a dog or a cat to a vet and they have PIO, they will say you have to spay them immediately and you're done. So we relied heavily on breeders, and we talked to a breeder, one of our breeders in California, and she told me to get this, and this for the cat and run it on this. And the next time she cycles, because she will cycle again, the next time she cycles, you breed her. And I had called a couple of vets to try and get my cat in there to get the required medicine I needed, and they only just wanted to spay her. So I did finally find a vet that was open to listening to a breeder, and I got the medication and successfully treated her, and next cycle bred her, and she had 6 kittens.
And you're going to want to read the United States. There's no federal law banning these procedures.
Yeah, regulations vary by state. So ear cropping is restricted or banned in California, Connecticut, Illinois, Maryland, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Vermont, and Washington. These states typically require medical justification and that the procedure be performed by a licensed veterinarian under anesthesia. Tail docking restrictions exist in Pennsylvania, only allowed before 5 days of age unless medically necessary. Maryland must be performed by a vet and only for medical reasons. Allowed with few or no restrictions in most other U.S. states, including Texas, Florida, Ohio, Georgia, and others. So veterinary guidance. The Canadian Veterinary Medical Association and the American Veterinary Medical Association both strongly oppose cosmetic ear cropping and tail docking in dogs, citing animal welfare concerns.
And if you look back at the history of a lot of these breeds and what their job is, they were mostly cropped and docked for a reason.
Yeah.
To protect themselves while they were doing their job.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I mean, you and I both have dealt with, like when they talk about docking tails, a lot of the sporting breeds that have docked tails. If you have ever had a dog that's had a split tail.
Oh, and they bleed and bleed and bleed.
And it takes like almost literally forever for that tail to heal.
Yes.
And it's just, and it does look like you have a mass murder in your house.
Yeah.
Nick split his tail once, and I thought I almost was like, let's just dock it, because I don't know, like it wasn't healing. He hit it, of course, on everything. And there's no way to bandage a tail to keep that bandage on.
It's so hard
like,
to keep that looked
so hard.
But like even the guardian of herding dogs, you think about their jobs.
Mm-hmm.
If they weren't docked or cropped, they'd have a hard time with their ears, and they're protecting flocks, and that just gives the predators something else to grab.
Exactly.
They were all done for a reason. They weren't done to aesthetically please us in the show ring. They were done for a historical reason, for the dog's job.
Yeah. So that's folks, you can weigh in on that on our Facebook page and give your opinions, but it's unfortunate that we are too being manipulated in that whole situation as well.
So that was the topic of the week. It was sponsored by Canadian Dog Fancier Magazine, your weekly summary of purebred dog events across North America.
Woohoo!
Yes, and we're starting to be, because we had a lot going on in this show. We're starting to get close to time, so we have to move along.
Move it. So this week's question brought to you by ProPlan, fuel the champion in your dog. So last week's question was a good one. What is your favorite dog-related movie or television show? So to go with our question of last week, we thought we would like to talk about some iconic Canadian TV dogs. And I think
because this was my favorite one growing up, and it was your favorite one because you'd be homesick from school, and that was the only thing on TV. So you'd watch The Littlest Hobo.
You would watch The Littlest Hobo. There's the voice. Keeps on.
That's right. We all know that song.
Yes.
Did we already talk about that song? Was ranked like number 1 in France for years. On the Billboard. Crazy. Anyway.
That's nuts. So anyway, Megan also did some research because she's a busy girl. Here's a little bit of information on London, the Littlest Hobo. Arguably Canada's most iconic dog on TV. In 1979, CTV revived the series. The new Littlest Hobo, as it was sometimes called, which ran for 6 seasons, was shot on videotape rather than film. And you can actually tell that. It has since been syndicated in many countries, including the U.S. and the United Kingdom. In the course of its run, a mixture of well-known Canadian and Hollywood guest stars appeared, such as Al Waxman, Carol Linney, John Ireland, Megan Follows, Ted Follows, Rex Hogan, Alan Hale Jr.
Hale Jr., you know who that is? That's the skipper from Gilligan's Island.
Jack Gilford, August Schellenberg, DeForest Kelly.
Star Trek.
Doc, that's Doc on Star Trek. Ray Walston, Maury Amsterdam, Jeff Wincott.
Maury Amsterdam from Dick Van Dyke Show. This isn't the who's who of those in that era.
Jeff Wincott, Michael Ironside, Patrick Manee, Abe Vigoda. I have to fish. I have to watch for Abe Vigoda. Leslie Nielsen. And a very young Mike Myers appears as Tommy in episode 10, Boys on Wheels. It's about a stray dog who travels town to town helping people. The show was filmed entirely in Canada and remains a cultural touchstone. The theme song, Maybe Tomorrow, written by John Crossan and Terry Bush, was and still is very popular in Europe, hitting number 1 last year in the UK after being used in a commercial. I find that funny, but whatever.
Keeps on calling me.
And every Canadian of a certain age will still sing along when it comes on, or we'll just start it out. The German Shepherd dogs featured in both the 1960s and 80s series were owned and trained by Chuck Eisenman. Eisenman. The primary star was named London, but several of London's relatives, including Toro, Litland, and Thorne, also played scenes as the hobo. Eisenman used his own training methods to work with his dogs, which involved training them to think and understand very specific directions, to recognize colors, and to understand English, German, and French. Well, look at that. Multilingual dogs. The dogs have reverse mask markings. After purchasing London, Eisenman began to breed his own dogs and mostly studying out his males, even though he owned some females that he bred to as well. He bred particularly for the reverse mask that is commonly seen on all of his dogs and is unpopular with breeders of the German Shepherd, as it is not in the breed standard.
Right.
How about that? We also have the other show.
Yeah, I think let's do that next week because that's a really important one, and I want to see if I can talk to Erwin.
Right, we wanted to talk to Erwin.
So Megan, save that one for next week, and we'll see if we can expand upon Hudson and Rex.
Yes, and then for some of our viewers' answers, our own Megan, she said she loved Disney's White Fang, Lady and the Tramp, and 101 Dalmatians, and of course the movie Best in Show. A lot of people liked Best in Show. Diane Fast says Hachi, which is about the Akita that stayed at the train station after his owner died. That if you watch that movie, that will pull at your
heartstrings. There's no question. Yeah,
terrible. A lot of people liked Joanne Pavey, Best in Show, and Westminster. Sarah.
Well, she's made it a tradition to watch it every year before Westminster.
Before Westminster.
Yeah.
Barbara Heckerman.
So Eugene Levy can go Best in Show.
Yes. Barbara Heckerman, Racing in the Rain. That's a good. Yeah. Then Mary Tuttle Barrett. She also says Best in Show, but as a kid, the movies of the books I loved. Big Red. Big Red was a good movie.
It was a good movie, and it talked about dog shows too. I really enjoyed Big Red.
Yes. Call of the Wild, Incredible Journey, Old Yeller. And
Old Yeller to me was, when I was a kid, that one, it just, I just bawled my eyes out. So
yeah. Rebecca Hoffman, she also adds The Stray, Arthur the King, and then the movie that made me cry, Where the Red Fern Grows. Have you ever seen that movie?
No, but did you read what Ty Manoia wrote? Ty wrote, My Dog Skip is his favorite, but it gets real dusty and his allergies kick up.
Kick it up.
No, Ty. You're so funny.
Yes, Mary Merlo said too. I watched Where the Red Fern Grows in Ball. It is a terrible movie. Movie.
It is.
And so, spoiler alert: the one dog dies, and then the other dog dies of a broken heart. It's just terrible. The Incredible Journey. Darlene St. John.
I always like that one too. I like those movies.
Yeah. Doug Fisher, he says, Big Red, The Ugly Dachshund. Now, I didn't know about this one, but you said you've heard of it.
Yeah, I've heard of that. I don't think I've seen it.
Yep, The Ugly Dachshund. Tanis Burst.
Don Dealey said, Goodbye, My Lady, and The Biscuit Eater. I read the book, The Biscuit Eater. I don't remember it being a movie. So.
Oh, well, maybe it's just a movie, because we forget, like, us old people used to. There was a dog book that I read. It was called... what was it called? Something the Champ. And it was about a Cocker Spaniel. And this little dog, he was like the runt of the litter, but his owner bought him. And then he became a show dog. And then he became a hunting dog. And then he was an obedience dog. And he won all the prizes. And it was this awesome little book.
Notice no one said Cujo.
Tanis Burst and I watched Cujo. And I don't watch scary movies. And she made me watch Cujo. Yeah,
Jamie and I watched Cujo when he was about 6 or 7, and Allison walked in and she was very upset. And I just said, "It's just a boy and his dog movie."
Boy and his dog. Yeah, there's no Pet Cemetery on here either.
Boy, but it's a boy and his dog movie.
Let's see. Bolt. Lorraine Wolowitz. She says Bolts. And then Dr. McIntyre here, Greyfriars Bobby movie.
I've heard of that. I don't know what that is.
I haven't heard of that one. And then Carolyn Thibodeau.
He probably has it on video set or beta.
Right. Beta. Carolyn Thibodeau, Bob, Son of Battle. I don't know what that one is either. So if you go on our Facebook.
Lori Thompson wrote The Kennel Club Murder Case. I'd like to look up that one.
We should.
Yeah, William Powell. There's a little poster there. The Kennel Club, not the Kennel. It says The Kennel Murder Case. The Kennel Murder Case. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and then the other movie that's it's old now, but even Marley and Me.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be a real tearjerker too. Deborah Dorkson.
Why do we have to have tearjerkers? I hated when Pippin got eaten by the shark in Jaws. Hated that. I love the movie, and that made me angry. Why did the dog have to get eaten?
Oh, someone said the Wizard of Oz, Toto. Toto's iconic, right? Everyone, if you say Toto, everyone knows who you're talking about. So thank you for everyone that wrote in. That was fun. There's a lot of memories. My favorite dog movie is Toby McTeague.
I've never heard of that.
Well, that's because,
You made it yourself in high school?
No, I did not. It stars Yannick Bisson.
Oh. Murdoch Mysteries.
Yes. He's a teenage.
You have a fondness for Murdoch Mysteries.
I certainly do have a fondness for Mr. Yannick Bisson, Monsieur Yannick Bisson. Yes, I do. And so that was one of his first. That was one of his first movies he made, and I used to rewatch that. And and it's about dog sledding. Actually, it's about dog sledding. Yeah,
excellent. I'm glad you knew what it was about. Anyway, that was a great question of the week, and that let everybody have some fun. This week's question of the week is a little more serious.
Back to work.
So I want you to really look at it and give us your real answer. So this week's question of the week is, what is one piece of advice you would offer the new CEO of the CKC to help her succeed in her role?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So what advice would you have for Natalie that could help her succeed in her role as the new chief of our club?
Yeah. And remember, this needs to be a positive experience.
Yes.
We all know
we want her to succeed. We want the CKC to succeed. So let's please be positive and constructive.
Best foot forward.
Yes.
Yes.
So, question of the week is powered by ProPlan. Fuel the champion in your dog. Well, how about that? We did it. Another show. Another show in the rearview mirror.
Everyone, don't forget to click like and subscribe to the podcast. Check out our Facebook page. We're going to get the pictures from the SuperMatch up as well. And it'll be fun. So until next week, everyone driving to a dog show, stay safe, seatbelts on, glasses on. Till next week, guys.
See you next week. Heels, written by Jim Cuddy and Greg Keeler and performed by Blue Rodeo. Is that long enough, Doc?
Yeah, really.